Hi guys, my name is Björn and welcome to Gilmourish. David Gilmour's new single, Dark and Velvet Nights, has been out for about a week now. And again, many of you have been asking for my opinion, so I'm going to share it. And I'm also going to talk a bit about my expectations for his new album, which is due in only a few weeks. So stick around. Dark and Velvet Nights is the third single from David Gilmour's forthcoming album, Luck and Strange. And the song has been on high rotation on my Spotify for the last week. And I guess my initial thought is that it sort of reminds me of a couple of songs from the last album, the title track, Rattle That Luck, and also Today, which both has that similar kind of up-tempo vibe to it. And I've been pretty vocal about my opinion on the last album, Rattle That Luck, which I really didn't like. And this song, Dark and Velvet Nights, sort of goes into that same category. I have to be brutally honest and say that this song didn't do much for me. It's a bit of a disappointment. I was hoping for more. Especially based on the two previous singles, and I'm sure many of you are now going to comment that I'm overly negative. And, I think part of the problem, for me at least, is that this song doesn't really have a structure. The opening was really cool. It sounded very 60s, a bit of Hendrix, Zeppelin, I don't know. But then the verse section doesn't really do much, and there's way too many words. And I'm sure that Polly is a good writer. I haven't read any of her books. She's written lots of lyrics for David and also on Division Bell. But to me it sounds like David is just reading off a book which is really boring, and there's nothing that sort of pulls you in or keeps your attention. There's no chorus as far as I'm concerned, which isn't necessary by any means. Most of the Floyd songs doesn't have a chorus. My songs doesn't have a chorus in most cases, but there should be something, a hook, a melody, or something that sort of keeps your attention. I don't find that here. It's one of those songs that I get the impression that it's different bits and pieces that David has been recording maybe or kept over the years, and just glued them together and made a song out of it. One of the positive things I think about this song is there's a lot of guitars and a few tones that is really unusual. I think there's a couple of bits here and there which sounds to me like just a guitar plugged straight into the amp, or maybe an unusual pedal, and there's this dry overdrive tone that I haven't heard David use before. And obviously him playing a Gibson 335 is a bit of a surprise, but the guitar looks beautiful, it sounds incredible. And as with the two previous singles, I think David's tones on this album is just amazing. It really speaks to me, and it sounds very organic. And it seems that they haven't done a lot of processing. He's using a lot of compression, I can hear that. And I think the key element here is compression and the Yamaha rotating speaker cabinet, which is all over these songs, for creating ambience and a bit of room, I guess. So that's the positive thing. Again, the guitar solo sounds a bit uninspired, but I mean, the man is around 80 now, and he can't, he will never record something like Shine on Your Crazy Diamond, Comfortably Numb, Sorrow. He's not in that place anymore. So the people that I see comments, and people are sort of wanting him to pack it down, stop playing guitar, stop making music, retire. But I mean, if that's your opinion, that's fine. But don't buy the records, don't buy the concert tickets, and don't listen to these songs. As much as I prefer the Floyd catalog, if you will. I love On an Island. I love his first solo album from 1978. And this album will probably not be even among those albums. But what I really enjoy this far into the process is seeing him enjoying himself. I mean, I've been a Gilmour fan for well over 30 years, and while the last album, Rattle Out Lock, sounded and seemed a bit forced to me, he was trying too much to sort of make a new Floyd album, I think. There was a huge stadium tour, and he has also talked about now recently that the musicians he chose for the album and the tour wasn't really what he would have done in hindsight, I guess. This album and this process sounds and looks appears to be much more him, if you know what I mean. He's enjoying himself. He's working with his family, close friends, and a lot of new musicians that seems to be bringing a lot into the process. And also the producer, I can't really remember his name at the moment, but and he's trying new pedals. I'm sure he has a couple of new amps, and he's making these videos. He's really on social media this time, and he's making videos on his guitars. And he recently revealed that the Gibson 335 that he's using for this song was a new guitar. And so he's really enjoying himself. He's trying new stuff. He's experimenting, and he seems to be comfortable, yet being pushed, as I understand, by the new producer, and also I'm sure by the band. I mean, having these kinds of musicians on board must keep his focus right up there. So again, if you don't like what you hear, don't listen to it. Don't buy the album. I will support him nevertheless, and I'm really getting a lot of inspiration from what I see, from what I hear, seeing him enjoying himself. And I'm also looking forward to just sit down with the album and listen to the production. I mean, being a musician myself, recording this sound that I'm hearing, very organic, very lots of ambient stuff, really speaks to me. So I'm looking forward to that. There's only a few weeks to the album, and obviously we're going to talk about the album on this channel. I'm going to do more reviews and tone guides and stuff, and I'm also going to put up a tone guide on or gear guide on Gilmourish, so stick around for that. And I also want to hear your opinion. What's your opinion about Dark and Velvet Nights? And have you been listening to the previous two singles? What do you think of them now that they've been out for a few weeks? What are your hopes for the new album? And also, let us know, are you going to see David Gilmour on tour this time? So drop me a comment. I love to read your comments and chime in on the discussions. And I'll see you very soon.